What's up, guys? It's John, and I just wanted to take a moment before this podcast started to kind of introduce us a little bit. Pagan was a very awesome guest, and she was actually brought to us from our friend Luke at g.o.t Games. So thank you, Luke, very much for the suggestion to talk with her. She's newer in the b.t.s journey, but she does have a lot of cool insight into a lot of things, and I really appreciate her perspective as not only a b.t.s fan, but also a content creator. I hope y'all like this conversation, and if you guys do want to check her out, all of her links will be in the description below. Enjoy. What's up, guys? We're here today with Pagan Plays. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. I'm so excited. Honestly, like Luke from g.o.t was like, dude, you have got to hit her up. She's awesome. And then as soon as your name got dropped in our Discord, everybody was like, I love Pagan. So
that's really nice.
Yeah,
thank you. g.o.t Luke he's lovely. Such a nice guy.
Yeah, dude, He's awesome. Highly recommended from him. But like, honestly, once I got into starting to see your channel, I love your process. Like, your journey so far has been so cool. Very
Thanks.
cool. And because it's like very reminiscent of like what I've been doing. I started out kind of like just playing games and stuff like that, like doing a lot of playthroughs.
Okay.
And in fact, a lot of the same games. We've played a lot of the same ones, which is
Really?
awesome.
Ah, that's interesting.
But and then got into like b.t.s and K-pop, and like now you're in the rabbit hole.
I am deep in that rabbit hole now. Yeah.
Nice. Well, like, how did you, I guess, start your content creation? Like, how did you first begin to be like, all right, I want to start streaming games? How did that happen?
Oh, I don't know. That was a while ago. That was I don't know where that came from. I don't think I really even knew it was a thing at the time. But I started on PlayStation 4. And I was streaming from my PlayStation 4. So I think like back in my old like YouTube videos, the very like first ones are like Detroit playthrough, or it's like the Untitled Goose Game. All streamed from my PlayStation 4, which was just mad now when I think about it. It's crazy. Quite a while ago. But yeah, I kind of liked doing that, and then Twitch was kind of getting more and more on the rise, and I was like, oh, this is fun. Like, I really enjoy doing it, and that's really just what it was. I just liked doing it, and I joined an online community for a YouTube channel called Retro Replay at the time, and there was just a lot of online friends and a lot of international friends that I was like, well, maybe I could like stream and we could all hang out, and that was kind of the reason that like we were all hanging out live and stuff. And then I just started streaming on Twitch on my own channel and started doing my own things, getting overlays, and I built a PC. And
there you go.
Yeah, I wanted to do it. I love doing it, and I'm a performer. I'm an actor. I've been acting since I was a child, so it's kind of rubbish in terms of like the industry's kind of crappy, and like you don't get a lot of jobs, and there's a lot of downtime. So I wanted to do something else that would be somewhat performative in terms of like you're speaking to a bunch of people, so it's public speaking. But doing stuff that I like, and doing like playing video games and playing with friends and like hopping on those kind of things was just kind of in the venue for me. I thought I was like, that's a good avenue for me. That's kind of how I started.
Same humble beginnings. I started streaming on my PlayStation 4. I had a little VR camera already, and somebody was like, you know, you can stream with that. And I was like, what? And dude, if you see my first videos, I'm like sitting on my bed, and I would like every time I would go to stream, I would like make my bed really nice, and then I had like I had these little lights that I built on my headboard, and they looked kind of cool. They were like cage lights or whatever. And so I'd turn off my lights, turn on these cage lights, and then play a game. And I'd be sitting on like the edge of my bed.
Nice.
And, then it's turned into
It's the OG stuff.
Yeah.
Like the PlayStation camera really just does capture quite a lot. Yeah.
For real. Paying our dues, you know. Well, how did it go from that? Like, I've seen in your channel, you've got a lot of like playthroughs and stuff. Amazing, awesome game choices. And then just out of what seemingly the blue, you did a K-pop reaction. How did that come about?
Yeah, that was literally just an out of the blue thing. Like, I was reacting. I've done reactions to other things before on my channel, like E3 events, or like The Last of Us kind of announced like they were gonna like have HBO series and it's coming out, or there's going to be a new game and all this kind of stuff. So I've done reactions to stuff like that before, and I liked reacting to content. And not too long before that, I had reacted live to the Hogwarts Legacy announcement.
Oh, yeah.
Which was very cool for me, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. And then that kind of got a lot of attention, and I was like, I really like reacting to stuff. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
the best at gameplay, but I like reacting to stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like anything that I do, like I would never like research stuff. I just react. So then my friends were I had recently just gotten friends with someone online, and she just like likes a bunch of stuff on Twitter. So like if I would be passing Twitter or whatever, it would be saying something about b.t.s or EXO or something, and I was like, didn't know what this meant, had no clue. But then I decided to hit her up, and I was like, listen, I would like to do some reactions, and I'm thinking of doing like reactions to music. Do you have any K-pop suggestions? Because I'll try and do I've never listened to K-pop before. The only K-pop that I knew was Blackpink.
Nice.
And I can't tell you how. I literally don't know. I think a YouTube recommendation, like an algorithm, I don't know. And then I loved their stuff. I watched a Netflix documentary a few times. Like I just loved it. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
But it's really funny that never like sparked anything to be like, there must be more of this. I never thought that. And then I asked my friend, and I put it out on Twitter and on Instagram, and a few people replied, and that's how I got my suggestions for the first video.
Nice.
And then I just did that video. And it like blew up, and I was like, why? What is happening? Yeah. And I think it just happened to be like my friend, like fair dues to my friend. She was really good at putting together a list, I think, of such variety. Like we had Stray Kids, and we had GOT7, and we had b.t.s. Like there was pretty much a good load of community there. And it wasn't until I started reading the comments of that video did I realize that like that was popular. So then I just started doing more of them. But it was an odd one for me. I've never watched reaction content.
Same.
I don't watch it. It's not a thing that I was into. I just decided to do it, and people were like, fuck yeah. I was like, oh shit. Can I swear on the podcast?
Yeah, definitely.
Sorry.
We're going for it.
I'm such a mouth like a sailor. I'm so sorry. So anyway, so I was like, that's awesome. I'm going to try and do some more of this. And then more and more people were commenting on, I guess, how I did it. And I didn't realize I was doing anything different because, like I said, I didn't watch any reaction content. So they were like, it's cool that you're reacting to so many different groups in one video and that you're small and the video is big. And I was like, I didn't know that wasn't a thing. I have just I've never seen reaction content. And then when they said that, I was like, I better look this up. Like, am I doing it wrong? And then I thought, well, people wouldn't be at my, on my channel if they thought it was wrong. So I was like, oh, I'll just keep doing it the way I'm doing it. So it was very out of the blue.
Yeah. And like something that people might not know, like my first reactions were the same way. Like I was doing, not that I was stacking a lot of bands together. I actually had a guide. I've got a guide for my b.t.s journey. So like,
oh, I see. Okay.
That's been laid out. But as far as like the looks of it and stuff, how you're saying like you were smaller and the video is big, it's from streaming. Like that's,
it is. It's from streaming. Totally from streaming. 1000%. Yes.
And I didn't know that. Everybody kept on saying, you can make your video a little bit smaller. Can you make you a little bit bigger? Can you make you a little bit bigger? And people kept asking me to do that. And so finally now I've got like a streaming setup and a reaction setup, which is totally different. But like, it was weird. And I felt odd about like making my picture bigger because I was like, I feel like I look weird. I don't know. Like, and then just like, I didn't want it to be like a huge thing of me. I was like, the less they see of me, the better, but
sure.
That was my whole thoughts.
No, that's fair. And like, I really didn't think it wasn't done. I didn't know that it wasn't done that way. Yeah. But you're so right. It's totally a streaming thing because that's how you play games. You can make yourself really small and you put the game big.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah.
Like since now that you've been doing reactions, have you found yourself watching other reactors? Like I know you know Luke, but do you know other reactors? Do you kind of like
not really? Stuff? And it's so mad. Like I don't know why I don't. Honestly, it could just be a time thing. I don't consume a lot of content other than stuff that I do for content, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I have obviously watched a few of your videos. I've watched quite a few of Luke's as well, and Say What Reacts.
Oh, there you go.
She's wonderful. Anitra sort of reached out to me when I did my first live stream on YouTube, and she was like, "Hey, I've been reacting for a while to a whole bunch of K-pop, like if you need help, kind of, so I kind of got like that way, but other than that, like literally you three that's it. I don't really watch a lot of reaction content, which is, I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing, and honestly I would never watch any reaction to something that I didn't already see.
Same.
Yeah.
I
So
think,
there's a lot of content. Maybe it's just because I'm a newbie. Like I'm such a baby in the game that I'm
yeah,
like, I can't go binge watch your videos because I haven't seen half of
yeah,
that stuff and I want
yeah.
to watch it too.
That's kind of how I am. Like I've been doing reactions to BTS for like I think this is going on my 5th month now. Whenever I see so like if Luke posts something, then and I've heard it already before, I'm like, I wonder what his take is on it. And then now there's like I finally found so I've got my first person that just recently reacted to a BTS thing, and like now being ARMY and I get to see them from like a viewer's eyes, and see them going through the experience. It's been really cool because I'm like, I wonder what he's going to say about this part that's coming up that I know I love this
Oh,
part. And so
uh-huh.
I don't know. It's different though. I definitely now see the appeal to it, but I never did before doing reactions. I was like, why would you want to
Yeah.
watch somebody watching something? But now I'm like, I get it. It makes sense.
Same. And honestly, like I think I would watch like previously I had probably watched maybe reactions to gaming content or
Hmm.
gaming news, like journalism almost, like
Yeah,
those kind
yeah.
of things. And I'm like, oh, I'm excited for this game. I wonder what this, content creator or anything
Hmm.
like that I could watch.
Yeah.
So that kind of stuff I would be, but ever since reacting like to music and stuff, I
Hmm.
haven't been able to go on any. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna spoil something or
No, I
I don't know.
totally get it though. I totally get that. And like, yeah, I had somebody ask me once. They were like, "Oh, do you watch other reactions before you post or before you do a reaction?" I'm like, "Why would you do that? That's like,
Why would
it's
you?
so
It clouds
weird."
your judgment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to know like if there's something big coming up in a song or something like that, or something that's just gonna blow my mind. I don't want to know about it going into it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's different.
And you know what? Like there's plus and minuses to that as well, because there's
Hmm.
definitely stuff I've totally missed
Yeah.
or that I've gotten wrong, and people in the comments are very quick to correct
Hmm.
you and you're like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to."
Yeah.
Like that was my bad. I didn't know. Um I think, like just small things that you're
Hmm.
just like, I didn't know there was controversy about this, or I didn't know that there was a big thing about this member.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
like, sorry.
Totally been there.
And I hope people can just, take it for face value that we are
Yeah.
really like ignorant in this game. Like I'm really ignorant in this field where I just really don't know
Hmm.
anything about it. But that's kind of the stick. Like
Yeah.
I like that. Like
Yeah.
I like that I don't like anything. I just
Hmm.
want to watch it and react.
Yeah.
So yeah, it goes both ways.
Oh,
It
I
goes both
totally
ways,
agree.
but
Yeah. Has there been something that you completely just went over your head in a reaction that people pointed out to you later?
no, I can't think of it, but there's definitely stuff that I would see pretty quickly on my
Mhm.
channel. Then I would like, even before I post timestamps,
Yeah.
that like I would have to post my timestamp with the apology. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Or it's usually, you know what it is? Usually I've reacted to the wrong video.
Oh,
I
yeah. I
reacted
get there.
to this video instead of the performance video, which is what
Hmm.
everybody was asking for. And I was like, well,
Yeah.
nobody specified. You just asked me.
To me though, that's like one of the things that's exciting about it on our side of the thing, like from our
Sure.
perspective, because like like you said, well, first we get to listen to like music that we've never heard before, and some of it is freaking amazing, and you're like, oh my god, where's
Unreal.
this been all my life? Why did I not? Why wasn't
Yeah,
I here on day of release or whatever? And like,
totally.
so like I love that aspect of it, and but then also it's the unknown. Like you don't know, like I don't know. If I could go back and rewatch some of the stuff that I early reacted to, like in particular, like Outro Tier by BTS. Have you heard that one?
I haven't heard that one yet. No.
Ah, well,
I'll do it next though.
there
I'll
you go.
dedicate it
There
to
you
you,
go.
John.
Yes. Yeah. Well, just it's a heavy one. It's a heavy song, and I just didn't know all about what was going on with
Oh,
it.
I
So
see.
whenever I first watched it, I was like, "Oh, this is cool." And I really just didn't know the depth of the song. So
That happened to me. That
yeah.
totally happened to me with Spring Day.
Oh my god.
So
Yeah.
many people were recommending Spring Day, so I was like,
Hmm.
okay. And I'm like, it's called Spring Day, right? Like I'm
Yeah.
like,
It's happy.
I've listened to Butter and
Yeah.
Dynamite, and I'm like, whoa, it's a good time. And
Yeah.
then I get into Spring Day, and I don't know if you've ever seen that video of mine, but I'm reading the lyrics, and it's
Mhm.
only after the song is finished,
Yeah.
and I'm breaking it down. Like I'm actually like looking at the
Mhm.
video, and then I break it down, and I start to tear up, and
Aw.
I was like, oh, this is about like, because I thought like it's like, oh, you're not going to see your friend for a while. I'll see
Yeah.
you later.
Mhm.
And then when I was breaking down the video, I was like, oh my God, it's about someone you've lost. It's
Yeah.
about grief. And then I remember being like, okay, I have to step away. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
And then my husband was walking past at the time I was filming that, and
Aw.
I had to pause my recording, and he came in and gave me like a big cuddle because I'd recently
Aw.
lost like family members. And I was like, shit, like I feel so stupid because I'm like crying. at this video that like I think I have perceived is about loss.
Yeah.
And then I go into my YouTube comments and everyone was like, you were so right. Like
Aww.
it's actually about, and I was like,
yeah.
God, thank goodness I wasn't like, I felt validated because I
Yeah.
was like, okay, I thought I was just throwing my own emotions on this poor music video that I was ruining for everybody. But turns out like, yeah, I was totally validated. Like it was exactly about what I was thinking of. So yeah, that's definitely something that has been pointed out to me pretty quickly in the comments that I've missed before.
And I love the fact that like music kind of transcends that language barrier, and everybody, you know, like we say that a lot with BTS and with like just this genre of music, but like it really does. And it's cool that even like you were reading the lyrics, but just what you were feeling from that, like you got exactly what they were trying to say. And that's awesome.
Yeah, it's so strange. And literally like as I was watching the music video, it was definitely more like I think they're talking about like, I'll see you later, friend.
Yeah.
And then as I was like thinking more about it, breaking down some of the scenes in the video and some of the lyrics, that I was like, and I got real choked up real fast, and I just had to stop recording, and then I came back to it. It was so interesting. But yeah, music's powerful, man. No matter what language. It's great.
Your first reaction to BTS, like what was there a moment where you're like, okay, these guys are like different, and like where you actually became a fan or something?
So in my first ever K-pop music video, and I'm sorry to anybody who's watched that video, in my first K-pop music video, my friend had recommended Idol. Now, in fairness to her, she did also recommend, I think, Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
Oh, nice.
But she had sent me a whole list, and I was just picking off random. So I just picked randomly BTS Idol, and I reacted to that. And I don't know if Idol is like the gateway song to BTS. Okay, like I'm like, you know, it's a little like mental in terms of the visual imagery. Like it's a lot.
Yeah.
So I reacted to that, and I was kind of like, huh. Okay. Like I had I knew that BTS were a thing in K-pop. Okay, I just did not know who they were, how big they were, and how big their fan base was. Hadn't the foggiest notion, like literally nothing. So when I went in, I was like, Idol. I was like, okay, yeah, it was a good song. Thought it was trippy AF. You know, would I probably listen to it again? I don't know, but you know, good song. Let's move on. And then people in the comments were like, who did this to you? You should not have listened to Idol first. There's so many layers here. Go back. And I was like, okay. Yeah. So it wasn't actually until Mic Drop was my second music video, Reactions K-pop Part 2. I reacted to Mic Drop, and I was like, this song. This is the intro. Like, this is it. Yeah. I am in love with BTS. They were so good. I love the attitude of that song. I love the message of that song. Yeah. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. I loved that so much. So that was the song that was like, got me into it, even though I'd heard Idol first.
Yeah. Which, like, man, I don't know. I really owe a lot to Meg for like introducing me the way that she did, because if she would have been like, check out Butter, I would have been like, it's probably not my cup of tea. But then now, like, I can listen to it and I'm like, I love this song. Or like Dynamite, like I love that song now. And I used to just be like, all I would listen to is like screaming metal stuff.
Hey, listen, I love some screamo metal.
There you go.
I love it. Some Avenged Sevenfold. Yes. I love some Trivium. I love some Metallica.
Oh, you just said Trivium. Heck
some Killswitch Engage. Let's
nice.
Go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So that's my normal music that I listen to. And so like Meg knew that, and then she was like, and I was probably like, they're like K-pop, right? They're really poppy, like a boy band and all this stuff. And then she was like, dude, you gotta listen to. And then she let me hear like one August D song, and I was like, this is a lot like edgier than I thought it was gonna be. And then she let me hear Outro Tear, and I was like, oh my god, this is like a different version of metal. Like they're very passionate about what's going on here. And I'm
gonna have to listen to that Outro Tear.
It's so good. The live performance, they were all wearing like black shirts and stuff. If you see that one, you're gonna be like, oh my god. But maybe listen to this song first, you know?
Okay.
But yeah,
I'll do it in one.
Yeah. I like it. Nice. Well, so like since you did your first BTS reaction, how have you and how has your channel changed since?
I have a lot of ARMY now in my comments, in my channel. It was lovely. It was so nice. Like the community for BTS is so wonderful. Look, I'm not going to speak for the whole community of every community in K-pop, because there's toxicity everywhere, right? It's the world and it's the internet. But but the positivity that I've had has been very overwhelming, and it's lovely, and it just makes me want to react more. A lot of people will come in and they would like comment things like I've never seen that kind of stuff before. Like, you've made my day with this reaction.
Aw.
Like, that stuff makes me cry. I'm so like affected by that. Like that, I'm like, what me? Like my video? But I'd say that is it. And I think that like I really fell in love with K-pop, the genre. And that's why I do a lot of variety content on my channel. Like, I listen to a lot of different K-pop. But BTS is always in there pretty much every video, almost every second video. I really love diving in. And I did a live stream for like their funny moments and stuff to try and get more of their personality, and also an intro guide. So yeah, it's really changed, I guess, my perspective on K-pop. I had no idea who they were. And their effect around the world, and like how good they can be, like how like not good in terms of like how talented, but like how actually good, like they affect everybody else. Yeah, I think it's lovely. I don't know if there's like an actual measurable change, but yeah, I hope that everybody likes the content and that it is positive.
Yeah, do for sure. And like you said, like those comments that you get, like I've had people that will send me a message like on Twitter or like on Twitch whenever I go live stream. Like used to, I always like having just like a fun place and just random chaotic, and like if you come into my stream, you got like, we're gonna have fun for however long I've got your attention, you know, something random's gonna happen. Once I started doing BTS reactions and like I guess letting more of my actual personality and my thoughts and stuff like that out there, and just like opening myself up a little bit more to the people that are watching my content and connecting on that level with people. I've had people that are now like, hey, are you streaming today? I've had a really bad day. I could really use some like you time. And I'm like, I wasn't gonna stream, but I'm totally doing it now.
I'm gonna do it for you, buddy. Yeah.
So like,
so sweet.
I don't know. So I'm really liking that experience, and I think it's the same for you. Like the more that you like open yourself up and just like kind of allow people to see your personality and yourself.
Just looking at like Jimin,
dude. Like, we just did his birthday, like a week for his birthday, and found out what the Jimin effect was, and I was like, oh, there's a name for what I've been experiencing here. I'm like, dang it!
How cool is that? Do they have like an actual name for it and stuff?
Know,
and then they're like, once you gym in, you can't gym out.
That's probably one of my favorite quotes I think ever.
It's wonderful. Yes. Such a good quote. Such a good quote. Accurate.
Yeah, right. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So is Jimin your bias?
Yes.
There's actually, this is a fan question, okay? Do you have one bias that you're like, okay, secluded island, if I could only bring one bias, who do I bring to this island?
I don't know. And actually, you know what, right now, if I had to answer that question like with, you know, a death buzzer, that was like, I'm gonna buzz the death buzzer if you don't answer the question. The only reason I'll say this, and I'm sorry that anybody is gonna be like offended by this, it's not a BTS member, because I actually don't know. I don't think I know enough about BTS members to answer that like fully. But it would probably be Felix.
Oh dang!
From Stray Kids,
dude.
Because voice. I actually think that we have more in common than I thought we did. Like I used to be like, oh my God, he's amazing. And then I actually listened to him speak and I'm like, are we the same person? Like he's a gamer. He also built a PC. I just think that we might have more in common. So maybe that way. But like, it's really hard to tell. Like I love Jimin.
Dude, I'm telling you, that guy, he is beautiful though. He is beautiful. It's crazy.
Yeah, and RM and Suga as well. Like obviously. Dude. They're my bias wreckers.
Yeah.
RM and Suga.
I just recently watched something on Jimin, and he's got like, or he had, I don't think he does now. Hopefully, for the love of God, this dude does not. But like, he had really bad like body imaging issues and stuff like that. Like he just was really hard on himself about it. And I'm like, out of all the people in the freaking world, Jimin, what is this? I don't know. So, you
know, unfortunately, I think there is a massive like culture of that over in Korea, especially if you're a Korean pop idol.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure there's a massive culture around being fit all the time and like doing everything perfect. Like they train for so long, you know? So I can understand it in a way that like I understand the ingrained mentality.
Oh,
like, like almost the brainwashing of it through maybe like if that's like through training or anything like that.
Yeah.
But that sucks because he is a fine specimen
I'm just
of a
saying.
human being. Just putting that out there. That's just fact, friends. No parenters,
Yeah,
just facts.
this is definitely not objective. It's just truth. So I agree.
Truth. Yeah. That's it.
Did you get to see the Busan concert?
I saw Mic Drop and
Mhm.
I saw Run b.t.s.
Ah, dude, they crushed. What were your thoughts?
They crushed it.
Mhm.
Crushed it. I watched it live on Twitch.
Oh, nice.
I didn't watch it like they were live. I was live on Twitch.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so that was cool. I
Mhm.
really liked that experience.
Mhm.
It was, so we watched the fan cam first, so the audio wasn't super great. Like it doesn't come through, but I didn't mind that because it makes you feel like you're in the concert almost. And then we rewatched the actual, like, I think was it Banked on TV that they put that up as well. Or Bomb b.t.s, I think it was. So I watched it on that as well.
Yeah.
Damn, the choreography though.
I know. I was like, whenever what time was it there for you? Like whenever the concert.
I actually don't know. I wasn't up for their live. I was
Mhm.
just live on my channel
Yeah.
watching it, reacting it. So I think it was something in the morning, but I wouldn't
Yeah.
have been able to do that anyway because I work.
Why? But yeah, it was
I
like
know.
it was like 4 o'clock in the morning or something, and I kept getting messages, and I was like, I had to peel myself out of my bed. I was like, ugh. And then like first song deep, I was like,
No.
oh, I'm awake now. I'm fully awake. I can't sleep now. It was
To be fair, if it was 4 a.m. your time, it probably was like 10 a.m. my time, but
yeah.
I'm working
Yeah,
like in
yeah.
the day, so I wouldn't have been able to watch it.
fun. But yeah, it was it's pretty crazy.
I heard the server crashed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 3 songs deep, like the third song in, it was just like it started lagging, and I was like, oh, please no, it's probably my phone or something. And then it was like everybody started sending me messages, and I mean, well, they had like, I think it got up to what, like 20 million or like a lot of million.
50 million. Like
50
someone told me in my
million?
Twitch chat that it was 50 million, between
Oh
50
my-
and 70, and the servers just crashed.
Whoa.
I was like,
yeah, they were like, we're not prepared for this.
this is insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
Oh my God. So I don't
But
even.
you know what? It was their last performance, I think.
Yeah.
Their last live performance before they go off. So
Yeah.
I can totally understand why everybody didn't want to miss that.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't know that, like, going into it, I really had no idea that was going to be their last performance before that. Like, I knew that it could be because I think Jin had to go before December or something like that, or had to enlist.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But like, I had no idea. And there were so many videos being made around like DK TV, and a lot of different people made some videos, and they were like, oh, they might be using this concert instead of their enlistment. And so I was like really hopeful, and the day after, whenever they released that they were going in, I was like completely blindsided, had no clue.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were like that. Somebody had said that to me as well. They're like complete shock.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that sucks.
Yeah, it was
Oh, it sucks so bad. I hope they're going to be okay though. I think the world just globally needs to come together and chill for at least 2 years so that b.t.s can come back. And then you know what? Like maybe we should all just chill in general. Let's just sign peace treaties everywhere and let's not fight with armies. Like let's just let's fight over chess matches or something. Let's do something else, guys.
Yes.
Like this
like
is not
it.
working anymore.
For real. Keep our dudes safe while they're out there, you know?
That's right. Yeah.
Well, is there a solo project that you're looking forward to of like any of the b.t.s members?
I have recently just reacted to some of Jimin's solos, like Serendipity and Lie, and I thought they were fantastic. So I'd be very interested to see a Jimin solo album. Although Jin, I think, is like feels like a dark horse to me. I think Jin is so talented, and his solos could be really unbelievable. So I think maybe Jin and Jimin.
Yeah, like that song Lie, I was completely blindsided by. I had no idea that it was going to be like that. And I was like, oh my God.
So good.
Yeah, and whoever actually like composed the actual music of it that's like God tier songwriting, because there's just that
so good.
little keychain, and it's so good. It's
the key change. It's the backing singers. I can't. That's so good. Yeah. So I'd say those two probably would be my most interested, but I would also love to see, you know, obviously them all coming out with some solo albums as well. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah. So what are your future plans for your channel? Like in relations to K-pop and other things like that? What do you got going on?
That is a good question. I don't know. At the moment, I really just love making K-pop reactions. And I think that there is definitely a time, like when the videos like took off, I started uploading videos every single day for like 2 months, and then quickly was like, I'm a burnout. And because I do a lot outside of content. I have a day job. I am a producer in another job. I am I'm a moderator on a different thing. So I do a lot outside. So it was kind of hard to do. So I've dropped back to 2 uploads a week on my channel, and then there's going to be a playthrough of God of War Ragnarok coming to my channel soon in November. I can't wait either. So that's going to come out in November. But I want to continue reacting to K-pop content, and I am going to be starting on, so I have already started on Twitch, but we'll be trying to do more regular streams, and I want to do Kingdom and the full b.t.s storyline, which my friend Anitra, thank you, Say What Reacts, has sent me across a massive big storyline, like here's everything, like a whole list of like, here's how to watch it in chronological order.
Wait, are we talking like storyline as far as like the songs that they put out in chronological order, or like the BU?
The whole BU. So like, like from like their music videos to their animated series to their like short films to like to everything. So it's kind of like a full storyline universe, so I can understand small things like in Spring Day, where I think one of the characters was like lying on candy, and I was like, what's all that about? And they're like, oh, it's actually storyline. I was like, okay, I wouldn't know that. So that is all coming, but I don't know how much of that will be on YouTube. Like some of that will definitely be on Twitch. I think the majority of that is on Twitch. I think it's just a much better suited platform for live reaction content, because you don't get copyrighted, thank God.
Oh God, yeah, I know.
YouTube is just a nightmare for that, which is unfortunate, because there's so many people on YouTube that I'd love to go live to. But yeah, so I'm gonna keep doing the K-pop series, which is I've kind of nicknamed them my mixtapes. So the Mondays will be like,
I like it,
the 5 or 4 K-pop songs from all different artists. At the minute we're doing Halloween theme.
Yes.
So anything like Nightmare version. But yeah, I think in the future, like I would really like to do, I guess, more of everything. I like doing a lot of different kinds of content, and sometimes I feel a bit like I shouldn't, they're like, no, K-pop's what's popular on your channel, you should just stick with that, and that's only what you should upload. And I'm like, that's just really one-dimensional, and that's just not my personality. So you'll see a lot more on my channel, I think, like from different reactions to, I don't know, video game playthroughs to more K-pop to all sorts of things.
I'll tell you, like, I think your mentality in that is exactly what it should be. Like, some people are going to tell you that they only want you to react to, like, obviously BTS. We got a lot of BTS people, and I love BTS for sure. But like, people are going to tell you should only react to that, or that you should only react to Stray Kids, or that you should only react to this or that. But like, do you know? It's your stuff. It's your channel, and like, I feel like if you're doing it, if you're not doing it because people told you to not to do it, you're being disingenuous to yourself and to them. So it's like nobody really actually wins, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It just feels like you're pigeonholed into something, and my problem is like I think my original goal before I started reacting to anything was like I would love to do gaming as gaming content. Like I really love video games. I'm not great at them, but I would love to do more video gaming content, and that's how my channel started. And then I slowly moved into to reactions, and that kind of took off. And I feel like there's this massive pressure to be like, well, reactions is your thing, and to reactions specifically to K-pop is the thing that's popular, so run with this. But half of me is like, yeah, but I wanted to do video games. Like, I don't think I should have to sacrifice the fact that I want to do video games. And there's a lot of people in my community that are so lovely, and they're like, I'll watch you play video games, no problem. I'm like, oh, thank you. That's really nice of you. Thanks so much. And I just think that, like, YouTube is such a massive place. And if I don't happen to, satisfy the needs of what you were looking for in content, I'm sure there's so many people that do. And there is like a small saying that came from actually when I was reacting to b.t.s live, and it was over on my channel now, so that like if you can't be respectful, then respectfully find somewhere else.
I like that.
That's kind of what we're going for over my channel. So
going back to like, I feel like the more me that I've been, the more that it's like broadened the people that are around me, and it's like furthered my progress in being a content creator. And I feel like that for you, I think that's awesome. Like, do that, do you 100%.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. And then there's like reactors like yourself and Luke that also do video games or that also have an interest in video games. And I'm like, see,
Yeah.
we're out there.
We exist, I promise.
You know, yeah. And then you're watching things like you're watching like funny moments or whatever. And then like, I don't know, J-Hope and Jimin are playing video games and Suga's making snacks. And I'm like,
yeah.
We clearly all have a passion for video games somewhere.
Yeah.
So hopefully I could be that little corner of the internet that provides both bits of content.
I for sure think you can. That's freaking awesome. Like last night actually. So like, and it's fun too, because I think once you really, at least for me in my experience, has been like once my YouTube channel and reactions that I've been doing started really growing, and then like the amount of hours that I put in towards posting reactions and editing stuff and all those things has definitely dwarfed how much time that I'm actually on Twitch, which I'm like you, I've got like work, family, all these things as well. So it's like there's a constant struggle for time management with me. But like but I've been doing a lot more like editing, reacting and stuff on YouTube than I have on Twitch. And the cool thing about streaming on Twitch now is like I've got a lot of people from YouTube on my Twitch as well. And I know that like we like the same music. And if there's something cool going on in this like music hemisphere and I'm playing a video game, we can talk about it. And then like it's like a merging of all those things. And it's been really cool. And then seeing people from Twitch that are just gaming fans come over to the YouTube sections and I see them in chat and I'm like, yes. And it's just cool to see like at the end of the day, like whenever you realize like your fans are there for you, you know, as well as the content that you're producing. Yeah,
dude, that happens a lot with like imposter syndrome as well. Like the thing is though, I mean, maybe it's just because I'm like baby creator that I'm like, I notice very quickly when you post something popular and you don't post something quite as popular, and you notice how many people will watch that video. And I'm kind of like, okay, so people really are just here for K-pop. They're really just here for ATEEZ or EXO, or they're really just here for b.t.s. And that can kind of be a little disheartening sometimes, because you'd be like, okay, well, they're not here for me. They're only here for that content. So I guess they're going to have to, they will unsubscribe. So you just mentally prepare to be like, they're going to unsubscribe because you're reacting too much to Halloween themed videos and they don't want to see that. They want to see something else. And I'm like, it's such a weird mental space, I think, being a creator on YouTube, because you can really let it get to you. If you're not careful, it can really affect you very badly.
It definitely can. And like, I think you know who actually helped me get out of that is Luke.
b.t.s.
Well,
oh,
b.t.s.
Luke.
But Luke, man.
You know what? Yeah, actually, dude, I would agree.
I talked to him and he was like, you know what? Like, because before I talked to Luke, I had been doing some reactions to like different random stuff, because like once I listened to b.t.s, it just kind of opened the floodgates for me. Like I said, kind of only was listening to metal, and then I heard b.t.s and I was like, well, what else have I been like not listening to just because I'm stereotyping them or something like that, you know? And so I started listening to other stuff, and vast majority of people were cool. There was like a handful of people that are like, oh, you're a fake. You're like, you're this and you're that. And all the things that I'm already like in my head being like, you know, people are going to like not like me or something like that. These people would be saying like those things. And I'm like, but, so I stopped, and like right before I had Luke on the podcast, I was talking to him, and like that's whenever I'd quit. And then I talked to Luke, and he was like, you know what? I got to the point where like I didn't care. I don't care if the reaction that I'm doing is getting like 1 view or 100,000 views. He was like, I just am here to like find good new music. And I was like, that's what I'm doing. That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
And so like he kind of gave me that confidence to just be myself and not really care, not focus about the numbers. And it is cool whenever you see that 1 out of 10 and you have the little explosions on YouTube. Yeah. But like, I don't know. That's like a fun thing.
I understand it. Like my husband does like gamification and stuff. So like it is a complete gamification on YouTube's part. Like YouTube are driving numbers. Yeah. So when you upload a video and it's like 8 out of 10, it's automatically being like, you did shit, do better. Like, so you already get that, and you're like, damn, I was really excited about that video, or like I was really excited about Bloodborne, and like nobody watched it, and it did like really poorly on my channel. And then I'm kind of like, who cares? I liked it. I liked playing it, and people can or can't like it. It doesn't matter. Who cares? And I used to be really like sensitive. I've only like my channel has only really been going since June.
Nice.
I've like I have been uploading like regularly since June, but my videos are pre that. But it blew up in June, and I used to be like, oh, people are fighting in my comments, or like I would just be, guys, please be respectful, or someone would be like, oh, what an actor trying to look like a teenager or something like that in my comments, or something really negative. And I used to be like, oh, and now I'm just like, delete.
Dude.
Block. I don't care anymore, because I'm like, if you're gonna be negative here, we don't need you here, because if that's affected me poorly, that could also affect someone else poorly. So just get it. So now I'm like, delete. If I see anything negative, if I check comments at all, I only really do it for recommendations, to be fair.
There you go. Like, I don't know why I'm like OCD, and in the YouTube studios, there's one section that says comments, and I try to clear that out. Like, whenever I first started, the first month, I was able to clear it out. Dude, now I'll spend 1 to 2 hours at least every day just going through and replying to stuff and commenting back. Because dude, the first month I was able to completely clear it out, and it was awesome. I was like, yeah. So I would do like a Snapchat story that was like the entire length of a Snapchat story, and I'm like scrolling through messages, and then like 3 hours later I'd be like, post a picture and it's like no comments left, and I was like, yes. But then now it's like to the point where I just start at one end or the other end, like by newest or oldest, and then I'm just like replying to as many as I can. So like, I don't know. That's
mad.
I know. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know why. I do it though.
That is mad. Like, I didn't even know that. I didn't know those comments were there until you liked them or replied. Like, and then they disappeared, right? I didn't know that until Luke told me, because Luke had posted something on my YouTube and was like, hey, my community recommend you. Just want to, wish you well or keep going or something like that. And I was like, cool. And I think I liked it by accident. Like, I don't think I like, when you click on the notification, I clicked on the notification and then I couldn't find it anymore.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I swear I saw that here. Like, I was like going crazy. So then I DM'd him on Instagram, and I was like, hi, I'm so sorry to DM you. Did you by any chance leave a comment on my YouTube video? Because I can't see it and I think I'm going crazy. And he's like, no, I definitely did. And then like tried to help me. I was such a noob. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I think I must have liked it and then it disappeared from the comment section. I didn't know that was a thing. So the fact that you can go through that, like, there must be, I wouldn't be able to do that now. And it's like, too long. Yeah. I realized too late. There's too many. And like, I love it. I'm not saying it bothers me that there's that many comments. It just bothers me that I haven't responded to them yet. And I'm like, oh God. It makes sense. It totally makes sense. And honestly, like 99.9% of them are all positive. They're all lovely and have something to say. And it's so lovely to interact with everybody, or get like, I used to keep a list of recommendations to watch, because for like my mixtape things. And it was getting too long that I was like, I'm going to be reacting for the next 50 years. So I better like be a bit more selective on like, maybe if there's like a comment that was like, hey, react to b.t.s or whatever the song is. Say it's like Jim and Lai, like react to Jim and Lai. And if that gets like more than 3 or 4 likes, and I'm like, okay, well, that seems like a popular choice. More people would like that instead of looking for the same comment. Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to do it. Yeah. I don't know how we got onto that. I'm sorry. No, I like that though. That's a secret sauce, ladies and gentlemen. It's a secret sauce. I don't know. I've been recently doing that, like going off of recommendations for other bands and stuff. And like I said, I kind of have a roadmap already for b.t.s for other bands. Like, there's so many that I want to get into. Or like, if I like this band, like, give me suggestions for somebody else that's similar or something like that you also like. And so it's been cool. I've learned and heard a lot of really good music just based off of those. It's been awesome. Yeah. Same. I get some recommend, and sometimes like I'll do something like recommended from my family or something. Like my husband recommended Hai Lung. I don't know if you've ever reacted to Hai Lung before. Hai Lung? I'd rather not say anything about it, and I'd rather you just react to it. Okay. So I can link you. Yes. Send me a link. I'll do one. Yeah. I just thought it was really cool. But I wouldn't have come across that. Yeah. Ever. Yeah. Like, just so ever cool. I wouldn't have. And my dad sent me one as well that I'm going to react to shortly. So I'm like, yeah, okay. Oh, that's neat. I'm down. The less I know about it, the better, really. I think that's almost fun. Yeah. Before you started doing reactions, were you like super open to music? Or like what? Oh yeah, I listen to everything. Yeah. Like, listen to everything. I don't know how K-pop just escaped me. I don't know, and I'm such a person for that kind of thing. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I must have ADHD that's just undiagnosed, because I got down like rabbit holes so bad.
Yeah.
Like, I hyper fixate on one
Mhm.
thing, and at the minute is K-pop.
Yeah.
But I listened to Blackpink, and it never occurred to me there could be more of this.
Yeah.
And I just so
That is
when
so
I
funny.
listened to that and I reacted to them all the first time, blew my mind.
Heck yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm down the rabbit hole for sure.
I love it. I think that's so funny that you said that about like ADHD. I'm pretty sure I've got it as well. And like a lot of people would be like, oh, you can't like focus on things. And I'm like, I mean, if it's boring, I won't focus on it. But if it's cool and I'm into it, I'm like hyper focused. I'll obsess over it. And like,
Same.
So, yeah. I don't know.
Same. Like, if I'm kind of like, yeah, I would be doing something, like I'm in the middle of doing something, and then I would have stopped and moved on to something else. So there's like a whole bunch of half done tasks around my house. And my husband's like, were you? And I was like, oh shit, yeah, sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
I got listening to K-pop again. Would you believe it? It's the K-pop again. Yeah. But I agree. Like, if it really grips you, I can't like unhook.
Yes. No, I totally
I
agree.
want to watch the video again 1,000 times so I can dissect everything. And with b.t.s videos, that's the greatest thing about b.t.s.
Oh my God, yes.
So many layers, just layers on layers and layers of lore, of like storyline, of meaning, of hidden agenda. I'm like, it's so good. Like, I love this. This is so great. That's shouting out to the haters and all. I'm like, get them, sugar. You know, like, it's great.
Yeah, that's like, I think that's one big thing that really caught me about them at first, is like how deep their songs are. Like something like b.t.s might sound really catchy and like fun, upbeat song, and then you listen to the lyrics and you're like, oh, dang, that's a lot. There's a lot in this song. Or even like Mic Drop. Like, all these songs have like such like catchy, feel good songs or something like that. Or Spring Day might sound like a really nice song and stuff, and then you read what it's about and you're like, oh God. So like, I think that's one thing that really drew me to them, was just like the depth of their lyrics.
Yeah. Black Swan got me real bad.
Yeah.
I cried during that one too. I was like,
so good.
So good. So good. And now I listen to it in the, like, I'll listen to it in the background while I'm working, and I'm like singing along.
Yeah.
But I don't, like, unless I'm watching the music video, reading the lyrics, then I'm going to like, very sad. Yeah.
I love that song, man.
So good.
Yeah. And like, I think that's probably one of the few reactions that whenever I was reading the lyrics and watching the video, I actually like pieced together some stuff. Like, on the fly, it was like really into what they were saying, because it's been something that I've thought about a lot, you know.
Same. And I think that's how I reacted in my video. I was like, everybody who's a performer, a content creator, a streamer, everybody who's making content right now feels this way.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is so, like, it's so emotionally, like, like, it really hits you.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch your react. Did you react to that on your channel?
Yeah.
I'll watch your reaction.
I don't remember what I did. I always think all my reactions are just me doing this. Like nothing's going on. So I don't know. It's probably not too entertaining, but either way, I was really stoked.
I had a moment in my recent reaction to one of Jimin's song in Lie where I literally did a kink check with everybody.
Yes.
As he pulled out the blindfold and I pressed pause and I was like, kink check. Are we okay?
Is everyone all right now?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Actually, in my last reaction, Meg, essentially what will happen, there's a spreadsheet, and then like she'll have a song, and then she'll have like music video, lyric video, and she'll like label things, but then it's got a YouTube link. So like, it's very awesomely put out. And on the last reaction that we just did, it was Seesaw, but Suga sings it. And so it was like lyric video, live show, this video to make Meg happy. And that's the first time that she's ever put something like that. And I was like, oh, well, all right, we're just going to do it. And so I told everybody in the video, I was like, this just says video to make Meg happy. Let's find out what it is. So I watch it, and it's a thirst trap for Suga. It's just a Suga thirst trap. I was like, and then my face whenever I realized it, I was like, wait, is this what? And then it's just like, it's like slow motion, him just dancing in his face close up. So I'm like, Megan. She got me.
Somebody's recommended to me to do that as well. I was like, actually, I think that's really funny though. But like, I want mixed ones. Like, I don't want to like But I was like, if we're doing it, then we'll do it for like a particular reason. So
Yeah.
I'll probably be doing. I get loads of recommendations like that as well now as well.
Dude,
You're
they're so
like,
fun.
okay.
They're so funny.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to react to.
Yeah. All right, here we go. I got some fan questions if you're down.
Fan questions.
Yeah.
For you or for me?
I'm going to read them to you, but then you ask
Okay.
me and I'll answer them.
Okay.
No. No.
Oh, they're my fans?
Yeah, they're your fans. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
They're like, you got Pagan coming on. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, don't make me cry.
Oh,
That's so sweet.
Yes.
Okay.
These are like, they're pretty BTS specific minus this. We'll do this one first.
Fine.
So here we go. They know that you're a Jimin bias, and also they knew you were a Felix bias.
Oh no.
If you could have those two do one cover song, what would it be?
Oh,
I know that's a hard one.
what
Jeez.
a question.
I know.
That is a hard question.
We're starting it off rough. Their voices are so good and different, though.
Ooh.
God, I didn't even think about this. That's a good one.
That is a hard question. I don't know. You know what? I kind of want them both to do Red Lights.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, by Stray Kids.
Yeah.
Because that's a two-hander. So
I like it.
The first one I thought of. Yeah.
I like it a lot. There you go. Red Lights. Very good. That was a hard question. God, and like
it's really hard. Honestly, I think like they would do some great stuff anyway because the range on both of them is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Felix obviously is pretty known for like going pretty low, but his range is great. So they could probably do a lot. I wouldn't mind like seeing something because of kind of like the Stray Kids era now. Like I would love to see them do something that's a cover of like a Blink-182 song or like an Avril Lavigne song or something because they have that kind of punk vibe with Superboard at the moment. With Jimin, probably like a serenade or a ballad or you know what, Roxanne by the Police.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah,
Sting.
Jimin do Roxanne by the Police.
Oh my God, yes. I can't live until that's freaking happens. That's freaking awesome.
That would be sick. It would be sick.
Yeah, legit. That was a great answer. That's a great answer.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right, so this one kind of placates back into the song stuff, but this says, if you could have a mini BTS concert, what 5 songs would you have them perform?
Mic Drop. For sure.
Classic.
That's such a banger.
Yeah.
Fake Love, I love. I think that's such a great song. It's just Fake Love. I just love that song. Boy with Love.
There you go. I think that's my daughter's favorite song too. That's definitely her favorite song of theirs.
I love that song. So good. What else would I get them to do? Probably Black Swan.
Yes.
So good.
Mm-hmm.
Such a good song. And then maybe like one of their Western songs. Maybe Dynamite.
Oh, there you go.
Dynamite.
Yeah, that's a feel-good song. I think everybody would know it.
It's a feel-good song. Yeah. I could sing to that one.
Yeah, there you go.
The rest of the other one's like,
yeah.
I don't speak Korean. So.
I like it.
So probably those. Throw a Western one in there.
I like it. And this is like the most random question I think I've ever had on here. And I love that they asked this question because it's not crazy, but it's just random. If you could have one job working for BTS, what would it be? What would you do?
Oh, producer.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
nice.
I'm a producer and a content creator over at a different channel called Couch Soup. And I love being a producer. I just think that's so cool. So I would love to be able to get in the room with BTS and be like, all right, and get with the director and be like, what are we looking at? What kind of music video are you looking at? Finding a way to make that work, discussing like how that's going to go, the logistics, all that kind of stuff. I would 100% be producer.
So cool. Heck yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, that'd be sick. Or like some kind of showrunner where I could be in the room when they're discussing ideas and then how to implement that. Like I would love to do all that.
That's freaking awesome. That's very cool.
Yeah.
And we got our fan questions in. Heck yes.
Hey, thank you everybody. Oh, that's so nice that you guys thought of asking me questions. So sweet. Thank you.
Dude, I'm telling you, our Discord lit up whenever we were like, we've got Pagan Place coming on. They're like, yes.
You guys are so sweet. Thank you so much. It's so cute.
Well, nice. There it is.
Yeah,
we've officially gone through all our questions. This never happened.
Oh my god, this is crazy. What a wild ride. Who knew that we would come here?
I know. Dude.
It's great. Thank you.
Okay. Future for your channel. You've got like more mixtapes coming out. You got some more mixtapes. And then all over the place. Like the world's your oyster. You could do anything.
The world is the oyster. And right now I'd love to do the God of War Ragnarok playthrough. I can't wait to do that. I'm so excited for that game.
It's going to be so good.
Probably just mixtapes, and then like I said, I'm going to do Kingdom reactions over on Twitch, and then the b.t.s storyline, full. That's gonna be awesome. Full storyline. And then because I didn't know about this, I didn't know that K-pop was all like into reality TV stuff, so I'm gonna watch all of their reality TV too. So yeah, nice. It's gonna be a wild ride. It's gonna be a lot of content coming.
And most of that's gonna be on, you said, on Twitch, right?
Yeah, I think the majority of that will be on Twitch. I've changed my upload schedule on YouTube to like roughly 2 times a week, excluding the gameplay. So that'll be 3 times a week. But whatever I feel is like a really good reaction from Twitch, I will put up on YouTube. The Kingdom stuff cannot go up on YouTube. It's all blocked on YouTube, so I can't. Rubbish, really. So I can't do any of that on YouTube, so that'll all be exclusively on Twitch. But all of the b.t.s stuff I think you can react to is not blocked, so I will put that up on YouTube.
Yes. Nicely done. Well, I'm excited to check out like more, and I'm gonna link your Twitch on here. I'll link that as well as your YouTube and all your socials on here, so you guys check her out. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Do you have anything that you'd like to say to like your fans, your viewers, or anything?
No. If you've watched this and I've offended you in any way, I'm very sorry. No, but really though, thank you all so much for inviting me on the show. Thank you so much, John, for having me. It's wonderful. I actually really enjoy your channel as someone who really likes metal music and a video gamer. I really enjoy that kind of like perspective as well. Love that for you. And yeah, to anybody who is watching this that is from my community, please go over to John's community and share the love and spread the joy.
Dude.
Spread the Pagan Place joy.
Thank you. Well, again, thank you so much for coming on here. It was awesome talking to you. Thank you all so much for spending some time with me today. I hope you're all having a blessed day or night or whatever time it is y'all are watching this. If anybody needs anything, all of my socials are at JohnReavesLive. Spread some positivity out there. Be kind to one another. And I will catch you next time. Toodles.